Hello gamers, and boy oh boy am I a sucker for nostalgia. Recently I've been rewatching a bunch of old Let's Players like Markiplier, Bijou Mike, and Jacksepticeye replay a bunch of old indie horror games like Doki Doki Literature Club, Baldi's Basics, Tattletale, Hello Neighbor, Five Nights at Freddy's, Bendy and the Ink Machine, and I was feeling so nostalgic that I was like, hey, I should make a YouTube video looking back at these classic games. So that's what we're going to be doing today, and I think we should start with probably the most famous one. Alright, so we all know FNAF. You got Chica the Kitchen, Bonnie the Bunny, Freddy Fazbear's, Foxy the Fox Pirate, ARG! But those are just the base characters. But hey, we all know FNAF. We all know FNAF 1, 2, 3, 4... FNAF 57, Freddy in Space. Right, I'm not gonna go into the lore. I just want to give my opinion that FNAF has grown so far beyond its original roots of this simple indie point-and-click horror game that it's almost become a different tree. Its own weird book tree with a VR title. And just down the road is a security breach pizzaplex with Freddy Fazbear lying in a pile of money. Thanks, Scott. Very cool. But hey, it's impressive that this is the work of one man, Markiplier. That's a joke. But what's not a joke is the impact that theories, rest in peace MatPat, and Let's Plays have had on the community. I genuinely believe without those, FNAF wouldn't be where it is today. But hey, let's move on to our next victim, Bendy and his ink machine.
Come get a look, it's nothing like you've seen. It's my trendy new Bendy ink machine.
So Bendy and the Ink Machine, much like FNAF, has a deep story with lore. But Bendy's story is way less complicated than FNAF's. I'm not going to recap it now. If you want, you can look up a video for that. But what I will go over is its character design, which are cool as sin. Never mind, cool as heaven. So, Bendy and the Ink Machine. Fun fact, one of the characters in Bendy was inspired by a fan creation. The poster of Alice Angel that appears in chapter 2, I believe, was simply there as set dressing. Nothing was meant to come from it, but fans and fan theories turned that into an actual character, which, pretty cool concept, pretty cool idea, and very good execution. The gameplay is simple. It functions like any simple first-person game would. You pick up items, you kill your enemies with those items, and you have objectives. That's about it. There's not much to say about Bendy and the Ink Machine. It's a pretty cool game, and hey, maybe if this video does well enough, I'll make another video going way more in depth into all of the games mentioned here. But I think that's just it for Bendy. So I think we should get to the other B name on this list, Baldi's Basics.
Oh, hi there. Welcome to my hooker palace. Oh, hi there. Please don't leave. I have no friends.
So Baldi's Basics, unlike the other games on this list, is a bit different. I mean, it's a bit special. I mean, just look at Baldi. You can tell. Look at that big, beautiful bald head of his. Gameplay is pretty simple. Baldi teaches you math while you run away from him each time you get a question wrong, and he slaps his hand with a ruler to move around. Which, side note, his hands should be hurting like hell. Like, Jesus, if I had to hit my hands with a ruler to move, I'd be screaming and crying and yelling, because my hands would be bleeding by the end of the day. But Baldi's just built different. Baldi's pretty cool, because it has a different aesthetic than the other games in this list. It has a cool like 3D 2000 art style, which you don't really see. Basic geometric shapes and like really big crushed PNGs. Super cool art style in my opinion. It reminds me of this one game, Sonic Schoolhouse, which is really cool. And yeah, there's not much else to say about Baldi's Basics. It's pretty basic, if I do say so myself. Huh? Why am I in Albuquerque? What are you?
That shit was corny.
Alright, so let's move on to the next game on our list, which is Tattletale.
Leap out of bed, creep down the hall, sneak down the stairs.
So, unlike the other games that we've seen so far, Tattletale never really got a sequel, and it seems like it's been forgotten, which is a real shame. Now, I'm not saying that it doesn't have a dedicated fan base. I'm sure it does. And with gameplay like this that combines both pet simulation and horror, I'd be surprised if it didn't. But hey, if this video does well, maybe not, we'll get some dedicated fans or the creator of Tattletale themselves to come together and make Tattletale 2 Mama's Revenge. That's just a joke, but I'm wishing and praying every night that it wasn't. But I really love the premise. It's such a cool game. Please bring back Tattletale. Come on, just for a day. I have so many good memories of watching Bijou Mike play this game while it was Halloween night back in 2018. Those were the days. Right, so that was Tattletale. Now let's get to a disappointing game, which I really hate. Hello Neighbor.
Hello, your neighbor. Goodbye, I'll see you later. This place was not for you.
Alright, we finally have to take a look at Hello Neighbor. What happened here? Hello Neighbor was one of the indie horror games of the 2010s that people had the most hope for. You got to see alphas and sneak peeks of the full game before it actually released, which made it look so interesting and like so much fun. But when the full game released, it was horrible. Absolutely nobody liked it. It was too confusing, and the lore was too convoluted, even for FNAF. At points the story didn't even make sense, which is really sad, because if Hello Neighbor was actually good, I'm sure it would have garnered a fan base that was dedicated enough that it would have kept it alive to this day. But hey, we just gotta sell out. We gotta get Hello Neighbor Crash Team Racing. I mean, seriously, what even is this? The release of this game was complete trash, and I swear, if I have a kid, I'm making sure the other parent isn't Tiny Build. So with that, let's get to the next game on the list, which is Doki Doki Literature Club.
School with my best friend. Surprise, surprise, she's late again. She's got a club, she wants me in. Don't think I've ever raised a pen. I'll consider it, sure. No fan of literature. Books with less pictures than words leave me a little bit bored.
So we've all seen DDLC. We've seen the crazy twists, the crazy plot lines, and there's not much I could really say extra about DDLC. It's a good visual novel if you're into that sort of game. See, me, I'm not that kind of guy. If I don't see a picture or a fight scene next to my words, I lose my marble and my brain goes blank. But I think DDLC is a good general game. Was never in this fan base much when I was younger, so there's not much for me to say. I did play it on stream a while back though. It was pretty good. So with that, I think we should sort of wrap all of this up and give it a nice conclusion. Alright, perfect. Right, so if you made it this far, then truly you've done something special, which is pay attention to a video that's longer than 50 seconds long. So hey, clap it up for yourself. Good on you. I'm proud of you, buddy. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I had tons of fun making and researching it. Indie horror has always been like a passion of mine. And if you didn't like the games that were covered today, maybe, just maybe, I'll make a part 2 with more indie horror games that I might have missed. Let me know if you liked the video in the comments by liking, subscribe to the channel I guess, follow my Twitch if you'd like, or join the Discord. And I will see you all in the next video, sometime in the future. Bye.